the cylinder and the sphere. Okay, tube. I mean, it's the cylinder with a hole, and then you've got a donut, and you've got this little triangular guy in the end. Once you can draw the cube and the cylinder and the sphere, you can draw a lot of things by combining those three objects. I mentioned there's some variations of these geometric primitive forms. There's things like cones. There's a truncated cone, which is this guy up removed from it. Learn to draw some of these in perspective. The main point where this is going is these guys, we just skip a few photos, is that we use these building blocks to build things up. For drawing a more complex object in perspective, we can decompose objects that we want to draw in perspective by looking at their fundamental geometric forms in them. Knowing how to draw these means we can then draw more complex objects, and eventually we'll use that to draw organic objects. So that's kind of progression in the sense of where this is going. And we just skip back a few slides here. But what's very important again is the concept of shape becoming form. Okay, and we're going to see this in perspective drawing. I mean, this is all theory, guys. The real practice is when we take out our drawing pads, which I'm asking to do in a few minutes, and we start realizing some of these exercises. This is fundamental to the drawing exercises we're doing in a lot of this class. So you see here they're drawing. It looks like they've taken two. Let's put it on this parallel, which is this guy here. Two kind of a series of parallel lines here and here, and they've taken this shape and made it into this form by drawing these ellipses. Don't worry, all these terms I will explain and we'll become familiar with, particularly in class 2s when we focus on ellipses. And then you could remove the back lines and have this kind of form representation. Again, you could draw a rectangle here, draw ellipses on the top and the bottom, and then you have the representation of the cylinder. So you see there's a strong relationship between your shapes and your forms. You start with shapes, add a few details to them.